Alrighty then. Closing it. Alright, guys.
Are we live?
What's up, everyone? I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Jaime Fuego.
And this is your horror show news with Booze. Once again.
Salud.
We be back.
Few minutes early, actually maybe about 30 minutes late, but we had the girls over this evening and we had to send Susie off. She was originally,
we are 2 minutes early, aren't we?
Yeah, she was originally going to sit in on the news with us. We are connected, right?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, okay, cool. It just said not connected on one thing, so I wasn't sure.
We're connected.
What's up, Sandra? So, yes, originally we were going to have Susie joining us, but her ride came and she had to duck out, so you just have to look at our handsome mugs now instead of seeing any estrogen.
Instead of seeing any estrogen, huh? Yeah. All right, well, there we go. We got the comments live.
Cool.
Everyone's back. Ms. Morning is here. What's up? Sandra's here.
I'm hoping... Now, guys, did you get an alert about this event? That's what we're curious about, because there were some people saying they did not get one for the earlier live stream. Yeah. Did you get an alert?
Did you get an alert?
If you did, please tell us.
Chrissy Bug is here. Old Fart is here. Fuego, let's jump... Oh, can I do the first one?
I was planning on you doing the first one. Did you hear about this already?
I did hear about it. I never investigated the story, though, because I figured we'd be doing it.
Of course we did.
So I will do the headline. I'll let you talk about the story, as usual on the news.
I know. Rocket, sir.
All right, so the first story is all about the fact that we got news that not only is there a apparent Child's Play TV series in the works, but that Don Mancini himself is helping to develop it. So, Fuego, tell everyone about the details.
No, well, he's going to be producing with pretty much the dude David Kushner, I believe, who he's worked on the last few films with. And interestingly enough, there was rumors earlier this week about a World War II Chucky idea that he had, which I thought sounded stupid. But that it apparently happened in that same exclusive interview with the guys at Bloody Disgusting, that he said that the previous film did not set up a sequel film, but it set up a sequel TV series that he is currently developing. And best and most important part of all is the fact that Brad Dourif is confirmed to be returning to voice Chucky.
Yes, hell yeah.
Well,
there is no other Chucky at this point.
I mean, you could have an impersonator maybe come on and kind of, at least mimic the Chucky voice kind of thing. I don't know. I did a really shitty one right there. Of course it wouldn't be as good. But what do you think about, 10, 12 episode series as opposed to, taking the Ash versus Evil Dead route, down. Obviously. You're down with
I'm down because they can take the time to develop the story, and I don't know, would Chucky be the protagonist or would someone else be the protagonist? That's the real question.
And I would be curious if Fiona, Brad's daughter, would be coming back, especially since she was like a central character of these previous two films. The one thing that he said in the interview with Bloody Disgusting was that he was like, look, the last film set this up directly. It's going to be dark and it's going to be violent.
Oh, so it is picking up where the last movie left off.
Where the last film left off. It is not like a one-shot, far in the distance continuation or something. So would the kid who was all grown up, whose name is eluding me, it's not Danny. No, it's not Danny. Kid from the original film who came back in the most recent one.
Oh,
it eludes me because I'm not the biggest fan of the series, honestly. But
I think it is Danny.
Is it Danny?
No.
I'm thinking Danny Torrance, but
yeah, you are. No, it's Andy.
Andy, yes.
Andy Barkley.
Andy Barkley.
Andy Barkley. Yeah.
This is the super fan.
Andy, no, please. I was only playing.
Yeah, I love, dude. That scene in Cult at the beginning where he had the Chucky's head and he was just torturing, and he's like, "This is a good Friday night to me," or whatever the hell. I think this is dope. I think this could be, as long as it ends up on the right network where they can go R-rated crazy. I actually really liked Cult of Chucky a lot more than I expected to. I did not like Curse of Chucky as much. I like when they balance the humor and the horror a little more so in this series. I know you lean more so.
I liked Curse better than Seed. No. I liked Cult better than Curse.
Well, Seed was terrible. Yeah,
Seed was just awful. Yeah. But yeah, Cult and Curse, I like Curse better than Cult. Yeah. Or no, Cult better than Curse.
There you go.
So
you did like Cult, the most recent one, more than
better than Curse. Yeah, there were some odd choices, but I did like the ultimate. The fact that he's taking new steps. Yeah. He's expanding the mythos. I didn't like some of the expansions necessarily, but I liked that he was doing something different. Yeah.
And, it felt to me like a Chucky mixtape with the fact that they brought like everybody back for
well,
like,
the after credits scene was what got me, because Child's Play 2 is my absolute favorite, and the fact that we got to see Kyle again. Oh, Kyle coming back! I'm so excited. So hopefully that means Kyle's going to have a spot in this TV series rather than the next movie.
If they could somehow figure out Jennifer Tilly, the kid who played Andy, Fiona, if all these people are going to come back and be on board, I am extra excited for this. But once again, they just made the announcement, exclusive news with Bloody Disgusting, and then of course everybody jumped on the train. But yes, I think this is pretty dope, and I'm personally excited for that.
Totally, me too.
Yeah. Now, what's the commenters got to say so far?
Yeah, before we move on, let's just say we've got Tyler S. here, got the booze and ready for the news.
Yeah.
Rotting Flesh, I got an alert for this, but not for the other live stream.
That's weird.
Tyler S., I got an alert. Chrissy Bug, I did get one. Yeah. Amanda, Ben Grimm, I got one. Sonia, yes, I did.
Ashley October, what
Ashley October, what up? Channel Sundown's here.
Hola, Amanda.
Yep. Devontae Jeffries. Hey, Cecil and Fuego. What's up?
What's happening,
I'm
man?
guessing that's Devontae.
Movie Geek. Yes,
Movie Geek. Movie Geek.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always say Movie Geek, but it is Movie Geek.
It's the way he spells it.
Ben Grimm is here. Sassy Southern Gamer Melissa. Hi, guys. Back from Chicago in time for the stream. Love it. Love it.
Chucky not be around. Okay, we already had the Puppet Master toys in World War II. We do not need to send Chucky into World War II. That just
what's up, motherfucker? Damn, feels good to be back. All right, so Fuego, what's next?
So Channel Sundown is saying she did not get an alert. I mean,
well, Channel Sundown's alerts are broken. Then Channel Sundown's computer hates her.
Yeah,
so
well,
I'm guessing
I know
that must be what's
she's been
going
having
on.
issues with it from what she was telling us. So
Robert Medina's here.
Hola, Robert. ¿Qué onda? Wait.
Amanda Tamayo's here. Dodson is here. Yeah, we're growing. I love it. Fuego. We're on story number 2.
Story number 2.
Yeah, guys, comment because everyone can see. Sorry, Cecil, huh? Yeah, everyone can see your comments nowadays. So jump in and say what you want to say. Fuego, what's next?
Yeah, that's actually.
Tell me.
So, I'm the hugest fan of Alex Garland, whether it was him writing 28 Days Later, writing Sunshine, his directorial debut that he also wrote, which was Ex Machina, which was my favorite film of the year a couple of years ago. His next film is about to come out later this month, on February 23rd. Annihilation looks amazing, in my opinion.
We're seeing that in the theater, right?
Yes, you damn bet we are. And his next project is already being lined up, and it's once again going to be on the dark sci-fi tinge of things, and it's apparently going to be an 8-part series that he has already written all of the episodes for, hopes to direct all of the episodes of, and he is in talks with the FX network to make the pursuit of this. So once again, more of these big budget directors wanting to just do these more expansive projects on the small screen. I love just anytime you infuse really dark, maybe horror-esque thriller themes with science fiction, whether it's Black Mirror, whether it's the Annihilation film that we're about to see in a couple weeks, or whether it's Ex Machina, and even, 28 Days Later had kind of a thing, and even with Sunshine, there was the weird slasher bit halfway through there, and so there were some horror elements to it. I think Garland is an amazing talent. Anything that dude does, I will be interested in. Once again, since he's still trying to nail down the project with FX, he can't really say much of what it is beyond the fact that it's going to be more of a dark and visceral take on science fiction, and it's going to be more grounded in the way that it wasn't the Sunshine Project. It was going to be more like Ex Machina in the way that it's like in the not too distant future and not super dystopian. It's almost like taking that Black Mirror, just twisting of our current society with like that dark science fiction underbelly to it. I mean, you like Garland, obviously.
I do. I liked 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. Sunshine was pretty good.
I love Sunshine. That might be my favorite thing that he was involved
I don't know much about him other than those things, but I, I'm always interested in a good sci-fi director's take on things.
Yeah. So once again, this is another story where it just seems amazing on paper, but we don't have a shitload of things to really bring you guys beyond that. But this is one that made my heart just leap because once again, anything Garland does for me, he's a longtime protege of Danny Boyle that has just jumped out into his own, and the guy's rad status. So you want to check some comments while I take a sipski?
So let's see. Movie Geek says no booze, Red Bull here. Ben Grimm always loved new good sci-fi shows. Sandra says, hey Cecil, looking great and losing weight. Not as much as I'd like, but thank you very much. Old Fart, can it be YouTube's way of trying to discourage us horror fans from watching all horror media? Is that probably talking about the stream? Maybe.
Yeah, we're getting into full-on conspiracy
Savini Jason,
now.
the new fan film Voorhees has finally met their funding goals. Actually, that is a good point. We've been meaning to talk about that. Voorhees, which we interviewed the filmmaker Cody Falk on the channel here. It not only met its goal of 8,000, but it surpassed it by over 50%. It got over $13,700 pledged when they were only asking for 8,000.
That's awesome, and the Jason looks really good in it, guys. I gotta say.
Absolutely. So, people are asking about the
Everyone's talking
Channel
about Black
Zero.
Mirror.
Well, we're talking about Channel Zero too.
Yes, that's right. The Butcher's Block, right?
Yep, Butcher's Block.
Yeah, that is the third one. Unfortunately, I am so behind on Channel Zero that I never even finished Candle Cove, despite thinking the first couple episodes were amazing and creepy as all hell. Seriously,
I need to watch all of it.
That like pirate kids show was nuts. And
I need to watch all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'd love to see it 28 minutes later. That could be good.
Well, they've been talking about 28 years, or 28 years later is like the super dystopian one that they've been talking about for a while.
Now, Fuego, you do number 3, I'll do number 4.
Okay, number 3. This is a franchise after my own heart that just cannot figure itself out for the life of it, and it pisses me off so incredibly. Not that I was that excited about Blade Trinity and all the other stuff David S. Goyer has written that I thought was thoroughly mediocre, but he was slated to direct this Masters of the Universe reboot that, man, it's been floating around at Sony Pictures for like maybe a decade at this point. And I mean, for me, Masters of the Universe is awesome because it's really a melding of Star Wars and Lord of the Rings together, and it's got a very horror creature-y type tinge. I don't know what you guys think, but I still really love that one with Mr. I Must Break You.
Dolph Lundgren?
Dolph Lundgren, yeah. I thought that one was pretty dope, dude, and it was an early role for Courtney Cox. And the thing that I didn't like it was that they had to take it into the real world, but I thought all the practical makeup for those creatures and stuff, especially Skeletor. The dude who played Skeletor did a hell of a job. It totally was, man. So, I mean, it's something that I just keep seeing director after director after director depart from. I think they had like the G.I. Joe director on there at one point, so not the kind of people that I would necessarily want to be on a franchise like this working on it, but it seems like it's just doomed. And the funny thing is they had already dated it once again for December 18th, 2019. That's what Sony was hoping for. Unless they move quickly, I'm not anticipating. I have a question for you guys. What do you think would be a good directorial choice for a Masters of the Universe reboot? Is there someone that comes to mind for you? I mean, someone you think that could straddle that line of, like, you know, the whole popcorn sensibility with some horror slant to it? I mean,
Masters of the Universe doesn't necessarily have to have that horror slant. If I'm honest with you, who comes to mind when I think Masters of the Universe or He-Man? I would love to see a Steven Spielberg version of it. Because I think...
See, I'd like a James Wan kind of thing.
Oh,
personally.
come on.
Yeah,
come on.
I would.
No, that's not his sensibilities, though.
I think it totally is, dude.
No, there's all this... You got to remember all the non-He-Man stuff when he's just Adam, a big buff guy that no one can tell is He-Man.
Let's see how Aquaman turns out, and then maybe you'll be saying something different. I don't know. Spielberg, though?
Spielberg, yes, because it's such a big thing, and I know it's an easy answer, but I feel like he could do... All right, you want me to not go, like, what I really think a big-budget master would do? Look, I'm thinking big-budget master, Spielberg would be the one to go to. If I wasn't going to do that, give me the... Who's the Inception guy? Give me his version. Give me the Christopher Nolan version of Masters of the Universe.
I think he would put his nose up to directing something like Masters of the Universe.
But I'm saying if he didn't, I'm imagining if he didn't put his nose up to it.
Spielberg is popcorn enough with some of the stuff that he's done, where I think he would be a better choice.
The guy fucking says, "I have the power." That's a Steven Spielberg.
I have the power.
Yeah. He says, by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. He says power twice in one sentence. If anyone can pull that off, it's Steven Spielberg.
Okay, I actually really like Amanda from Channel Sundown suggestion. I think James Gunn...
big surprise.
Not James Gunn?
Just kidding. No, James Gunn
he could really do something.
James Gunn could do it because if you made Masters of the Universe, if you gave them the Guardians treatment and you made
Guillermo del Toro,
you gave Adam, and then the Master at Arms, and then Orko, and then She-Ra. You even had her in. You could
I just
have
don't want to
a
see
good
it too
fucking
cheesy. That's the
ensemble.
thing.
No, but you could have a cool ensemble where they're interplaying with each other.
Yeah.
I dig that. Amanda, if that's what you're going for, I agree with that.
I like the Guillermo del Toro suggestion too. That could be interesting. But he would want like $250 million to make it, and he'd end up leaving the project. So that's what would end up happening.
No, you couldn't.
Then they'd lose another director. Quentin Tarantino.
No. Give me
no.
give me
Lars von-
fuck it. Give me Peter Jackson's Masters of the Universe.
Okay, that's actually he did the Lord of the Rings films.
Exactly.
I think that's a terrific suggestion too.
Yeah.
And he has the horror background with Dead Alive.
Absolutely.
And with Feebles and stuff.
He could get off this scary Skeletor stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. You landed on it.
I like that suggestion.
All right.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. All right, the Truth or Dare movie. We did a reaction, but we got hit with so many fucking
we did
copyright things. I don't even know if we have a version of the reaction up anymore. We might not, but I'll be working on it if not. But anyway,
Adam Green.
All right, well, we got to move on. What's the next story? The next one is me, right?
It is, yeah.
All right, so the next one I wanted to talk about. I was really excited about this when I saw this pop up.
Yeah.
Except that I'm not excited about it at the same time.
Well, yeah, the director, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing, Michael Bay.
He's directed some good movies.
Some good movies. Bad Boys, Armageddon.
Dude, The Rock.
The Rock, absolutely.
Rock is awesome. I even hear Pain and Gain and 13
Pain
Hours
and Gain
are
is
great.
13 Hours was, what was 13 Hours?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
the bank one?
No, that was the Iraq
Benghazi.
one, right?
Oh, Benghazi. Okay.
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't see it 13
It was
hours.
fantastic.
Pain and Gain was really good, though. Yeah, producer Dave
over
yelling from off camera. No, I really liked some of his movies, but most of them are just garbage now. The Turtles movies that he produces, the Transformers movies that he directs are just all trash.
Yeah, they are, and he's lost the franchise, at least for now.
However,
they have that Bumblebee movie.
However, I will say that when it comes to Lobo, what you need is a big, dumb action director.
Yeah.
Because Lobo is a big, dumb comic book character. Lobo is literally the DC Universe's answer to the Wolverine.
Yeah, he would need to be played by, like, The Rock.
Lobo is... Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Lobo.
Yeah,
Lobo is the last Zarnian.
I'm not super familiar with Lobo. I've seen him cross over in certain DC comics that I liked, but, yeah, I've never read extensively about this dude.
All right, so, yeah, this is a great actually picture to go with for Lobo.
There you go. And the mature readers only type thing. It's almost like Wolverine meets Deadpool meets. Yeah,
let me just pull this up. I'm gonna be looking for a better picture, but I might as well just go with this.
Looking for
a better picture.
I was singing Brack Show actually. Anybody remember the Brack Show?
All right, so this is Lobo, you guys. This is Lobo. Let me shrink him a little bit. Always Lobo. Lobo comics are always for mature readers because Lobo curses while not cursing in the DC universe. He'll always have the little symbols and stuff, or he'll call people. He calls them "you big bastich," which is like a bastard bitch combination. Obviously, he calls them bastitches all the time.
I like
that.
But
Lobo is the last Zarnian. It was a planet called Zarnia that was full of people, but Lobo killed them all, and he is the last one surviving.
So is it kind of like a Deadpool killing? That's
a little bit, but that's the thing.
Kills the Marvel universe.
He has a regenerative. Yes, thank you. Why couldn't I say the word today?
I don't know.
Regenerative. Yes, he has a regenerative ability.
Kind of
like Deadpool. I have to skip a syllable to say it correctly. He has a regenerative ability.
Kind of like Deadpool and Wolverine?
Exactly like Deadpool and Wolverine, where he can get blown to smithereens and grow back. Like, that's the thing. But here's the cool thing about Lobo. You got to see what is really cool is his method of travel.
He feels like a hack to me so far, sir, so I don't know.
Well, but here's the badass part of Lobo. Lobo cruises... Okay, hang on. I got to find the best shot of his fucking space cycle. Because this is what Lobo travels on. Oh, man, where's the best fucking picture?
News
boost. Everybody loves the news boost. All right, hang on.
Thank God we're not in underwear. News boost. News boost.
All right, this is essentially it.
That's kind of dope.
So Lobo rides around in space. In
space.
I know. I'm really indulging myself here with this shit. Lobo rides around on a giant fucking rocket motorcycle through space with this huge fucking skull on the front, And so Lobo is this big badass. And tell me that a guy that fully regenerates from any wound and rides a rocket motorcycle through space isn't going to be done justice by Michael Bay. That's the point I'm getting at.
It's going to look visually...
Thank you.
It's
Yes,
going to visually look really...
Applause from off screen.
What is the sound of one hand clapping?
The slow clap.
Seriously. He's a guy that regenerates from anything, and he rides a motorcycle powered by a rocket through space.
I guess the point...
And he's a bounty hunter.
I guess the
he's
point
a bounty hunter. That's what he does. He's Boba Fett.
Did he collect the bounty on everything on his planet?
Sorry, Fuego, go ahead.
You're fine. No, I'm laughing.
I'm not fine. I'll get ripped on in the comments for cutting you off. Please, go ahead.
No, the point that I'm trying to make is that the film...
Go, I'm giving you the stage, please. Say what
the
you gotta
film
say.
will look damn good. We know this to be the case, because doesn't every Transformers film look flippin' fantastic? I guarantee it will look great. The thing with Michael Bay, I feel like he succeeds when he has a good script, when he has these total trash scripts. If it does end up being R-rated, as they have been saying DC is really, with the success they have seen from the Fox R-rated properties, seriously considering this. According to the Wrap, he's being courted. He is being courted. You see, I'm flubbing up the words these too, y'all. He is being courted currently to actually sit down on the directorial spot, because he's kind of stepping away from the Transformers-y stuff right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the spot is open for him. I mean, I think it's good for Michael Bay to jump back and forth between these more serious projects like
someone is saying
Benghazi
Jason
one.
Momoa should play Lobo, and I am so fucking on board with that.
He looks like Lobo.
He's already Aquaman, so he can't be. But man, that would be so good. It's the same universe.
It's DC also, yeah.
No, he can't be. We need to find a wrestler that can wear dreads very easily, like
The Rock, and put a bunch of paint on it.
No, fucking give it to
The Rock is
give it to
supposed to be-
Batista.
The Block is
Give it to Batista because he's in the Marvel U. Give it to him in the DCU.
That's right, because Shazam,
give him the long dreads.
Shazam is in DC, and he's supposed to play Black Adam already.
Yeah.
So
Oh wait,
that's
really?
Yeah, that's been the case for a while.
No, The Rock is playing Black Adam.
Yeah, The Rock.
So
he couldn't.
I was
play
saying Batista
Lobo
could.
then.
Yeah, Batista could play Lobo. That could be pretty cool. Give him a long wig. All right, so yeah, Jason
Just
Momoa
make
would
him
be
grow
good,
his
but
hair out like a real man.
a lot of people like the Lobo thing. All right, so people like Lobo. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm sure it
Michael
helped.
Bay, yeah.
All right, so Fuego, let's move on to the next story.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is Lobo.
No, Jeffrey Dean Morgan can't play everything, guys.
Yes, he can. He can be in Rampage. He can be Negan. He can be the McSteamy whatever from that
McSteamy.
show. Isn't he like Dr. McSteamy or some shit? I don't know. I've heard many a woman say that they loved him on the Grey's Anatomy before.
Grey's Anatomy.
You love your Grey's
Fuego, what's next? What's story number 5? We're taking our sweet time with this.
Yeah, we're having the fun news with this. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm not number 2. Anyway, Jordan Peele is making the rounds currently because of the fact that he got a nomination, and this is something we didn't cover on the News with Booze when it initially hit, because we saw everybody, just making mention of it. They were like, horror at the Oscars, Shape of Water, Get Out, so on and so forth. It's all well and good, it's all awesome, but the biggest and most important news for me is the fact that as he's making the press rounds as we approach the Oscars on March 4th, and he is nominated for Best Director, for Best Original Screenplay, if I'm not mistaken. His main actor is nominated for Best Actor, which really surprised a lot of people. Sorry, Franco. And it's also up for Best Picture of the year.
Oh, fuck yeah. Someone said Roman Reigns.
I could see Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns could totally pull off
another
Lobo.
wrestler. Yeah.
Absolutely, he could pull off Lobo.
Mercer, what do you think?
All right,
He's
I'm going to
like,
put up a picture of Roman Reigns so everyone can see.
He's even got kind of the Rock tattoo thing going on.
He does.
Just like
Roman Reigns could absolutely pull off Lobo.
He was in, what faction was he in, Mercer? It was...
I was like, someone mentioned Roman Reigns. I'm like, what does he look like again?
It was him and another long-haired guy, and they ended up splitting them off, and they both... I don't watch wrestling, really.
All right, I can't
Anyway,
find the picture I found.
This
so
isn't
you guys
wrestling with booze.
just look up Roman Reigns. He could play Lobo.
Yeah, but as Jordan Peele is making the rounds, he actually said that most recently that as he was, and this was reported by THR, he has an idea for a Get Out sequel, and he really loves that universe. He looks forward to returning to it. Nothing is finalized, unfortunately, but the sheer fact that he still is... I mean, I kind of think it would be dumb at this point for him not to want to go back. Maybe not right away. Make another film or two and maybe come back to that world, because it was such a rich world in at least kind of the mythos that they built of... I'd say maybe do a prequel, dude. Because it seems like he toppled their entire kind of thing. You don't think so?
I don't think a prequel would work as well. No,
No?
I think it would be interesting.
Well, because he kind of shut down the process.
No,
though.
but he's...
Spoilers.
No, he just got away. He just got away. He didn't know. The movie would be him trying to shut down the process.
So you
and
think
having
it would
to
be
try
like a
and
direct
prove
sequel?
it.
He could have
him
the dude
trying to come back
TS
with the authorities.
A and
Yeah, come back with the authorities and have him try and prove that this is what they're doing. And make it, sort of a back and forth, and then have the cops fall into the, the
I was
whatever you
thinking
call
more
it.
than just making the Get Out like world and anthology type thing, and maybe just somebody different
maybe.
encounter. But
Well, look, I'm going direct sequel route.
yeah.
So there you go.
Which do you guys think would be
what
better?
do you guys think would be
a
better?
Get Out anthology kind of thing with a totally different set of characters and story and whatnot, or do you think just a direct sequel would work better? Let us know in these commenties here. Brady Wilson, can you stop with your
Brady's
spam
here?
comments? Is Brady on?
We haven't seen Brady in a long time.
Yeah, because you probably blocked him or something.
Dude, remember
No,
my
I didn't
stream chat?
block
I
him.
just finished the Final Girls, loved it. Well, he's not really spamming.
Cool.
He's just,
I'm glad you like the Final Girls, Brady. It's a great movie.
Yeah, dude, Brady, it was dope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Good to see
glad
you back,
enjoyed
Brady.
it.
No, you're cool, buddy. I appreciate it. I hadn't read it yet, so you're good. It's good to see you back. We were just talking about you in our last live stream. We were
Yeah.
wondering where you were.
Be nice to Brady. Brady's cool.
Extended
Yeah.
family would be something like way crazier. All right, maybe.
Yeah, no. Getting Out to Electric Boogaloo. I love that title, by the way.
What would be
That's
interesting?
amazing.
What if they did do this investigation and they try like he came back with the authorities and then you found out
It
that like
goes
it's
so
gone
much
way
deeper.
far. Like
Yeah.
what if fucking like there's dudes already out there that are like
Part of police force.
What if it went super meta and then you saw Jordan Peele at the Oscars accepting a speech and he was like someone else that had taken over Jordan Peele's body?
Dude, my mind is blowing at that thought right now.
Right?
Because you know he would have a bigger budget.
Because like
and he
some
could make
rich
it
white
larger
person
scale.
saw Get Out and was like, I want to be in that guy's body.
Yeah. And they wouldn't even say he's the Get Out director. Maybe they'll only make it moderate meta and say the guy from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Or actually,
that'd be cool.
dude, if they used either of them, and okay, we
Eddie
have to move
Holiday
on.
is triggered by something in every episode. I think that's his thing. Go ahead.
Trigger shit.
Every time he shows up, it's the guy with glasses triggering.
Trigger finger.
Go ahead.
Whoa, Sarah Marcel, long lost fans.
What up, Sarah? Good to see you.
I have you on.
Hey.
Feels yizzle.
We miss you, Sarah.
Yes, hey, we know everybody can't make
Everyone
time for us,
here,
it's okay.
make sure you come back next Saturday. We are going to be doing
that's
the
a good
Creepy
time, since
Channel
we're halfway
Crawl.
through.
We're going to be on 3 different hour-long live streams next Saturday night. This coming Saturday, actually, the 17th. Over to, it's going to be at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and
I mean, she's on right now. Why don't you?
Amanda, is it 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? I think that's what we're doing.
I think.
Yes. Yes.
Support all 24 channels.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Yes. Watch as much as you can, guys.
All right, so
we're
that's
all
next
on the
Saturday. Make sure you turn in for that. All right, Fuego, what's next? Is it me next? Yes.
Yes, it is.
All right, so guys, the
Have you
next
heard about this
story.
already?
Yes, I have,
I
because
thought you had,
he
yeah.
emailed everyone. Actually, he
Yeah.
emailed his
Everyone who's on his email blast
everyone
or
that's
whatever.
on his email blast,
We
and
just
he
talked about
actually
the comic
told
book
us
last
that
week too, so this is cool.
if you want to get a collector's edition, you have to be one of the first people to buy the book. It will not be available from Amazon. It's only available on his website.
That's kinda smart
And it
marketing
is
on his part,
it is a
yeah.
limited run first print of Meg Generations, which is the 6th, I believe, book in the Meg series. But it's funny in the
it's 7th,
email
actually.
he's like, no, I think it's the 6th.
Well, because maybe in the press release I saw something.
There was a prequel too.
Oh, okay.
But they meshed that in with the first book.
Yeah, because there was like a Meg 7 or Mevin or Meg-Evan or something,
No.
like box set that they were doing or something.
That doesn't make sense unless
Maybe
they
I'm
have the
to-
book as a separate the
Yeah,
prequel as a separate
perhaps.
one.
Anyway,
But anyway, no. This is. He said that it'll be a limited run, and if enough people order it, he'll sign them, just like he did with the Meg Special Edition that came out 2 years ago. That was the changed version to match what the changed script has been.
Yeah.
But yeah, now he's going to do and then he's like, after that, it'll be available in all those places, but you'll have this special first edition that'll be worth so much more money.
So
I
then-
suggest you buy one for yourself and one to sell later. And it's like, Come on, Steve.
So
you
then
don't
that's
need to do that.
Yeah, and you do all these pre-orders directly through his website and stuff. And he was saying you have to get it done by March 15th directly through his website.
And here's the thing, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pre-order it and
to
get
say
that.
You took the bait, bro.
Well, it's a shark book. Of course I took the bait.
That's the joke I was making.
And that's why I rolled with it.
Nice.
All right.
So then, are you excited about this book? Because it's getting some very solid reviews.
It is.
They're saying it's one of the more... I mean, obviously, on the top of the book, they're going to say, the best Meg yet.
Yeah, the last two were very steeped in the whole Alien Loch Ness Monster crossover between that and the Loch Ness Monster books that he was writing.
It sounds like a little much to me.
This is going to be sort of a more return to the standard straight-up Meg format, I believe.
Now, I have to ask you, the version of Meg that you lent me, and that I also downloaded the audiobook to double my time with, is that the updated version?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the one where they change it to
in the original book. Yeah, in the original book, the Meg rises to the surface and goes east to California.
Okay.
In the new version, the Meg rises to the surface and goes west to China.
Okay.
So that's the big difference in the books. So there's a really cool surfer scene that is amazing in the book that I hope they do in the movie, but we'll see.
Isn't it on like some of the promotional material where there's the huge shark coming up and the surfer on the wave and everything?
Yeah, that's the thing. The surfer sees that there's a disturbance and he doesn't know exactly what's going on, but he purposely he swims and he catches the next wave, and as he's standing up on his board, he notices teeth underneath him, and then he looks around and he sees that he's inside of a giant shark's mouth as he catches the wave and surfs out of it. Just in time to get out as it slams shut behind him, and he fucking, surfs out of it all the way back to the shore.
That's a scene you hope they do really dope.
Oh, it'll be so cool if they do it right, dude. Oh, that scene is so awesome. I can't honestly remember if that scene is in the new version because that happened off the coast of California in the original book.
Yeah, but I've seen it on some of the promotional material.
Yeah, but that promotional material is all fan-made promotional material from the books.
You're right.
There hasn't been studio material made yet.
Well, that would suck.
Not much of it, anyway.
As dope as that sounds. But.
Yeah, it does. It is a pretty fucking sweet scene. That's one of the scenes. There's another scene that's amazing that involves a see-through shark tube. It's completely transparent shark tube that is made from the same thing that plexiglass, which is what submersibles are made of with the glass. It's this clear tube that's made for shark observations and photographing without the bars. But this is involved in the Meg, and the Meg grabs it, and there's a really amazing scene with it, and I just can't wait to see if they do these scenes justice in this movie.
Now, in those books, did they ever have James Cameron in a submersible get eaten by a Meg?
Do they have anyone in a submersible get eaten by a Meg?
Not James Cameron.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't that just be funny?
Yeah, well, I think it would be very appropriate.
Very sad, though, too, because then he couldn't make any more amazing movies like the 3 Avatar sequels he's been working on for like a decade.
Meg will probably be PG-13, unfortunately.
I thought they said it was going to be PG-13. Maybe it just hasn't been rated yet, but Statham will make that scene great.
Chris Harstad is here. What's up?
Skeptical.
Lou Sitzma is here, too.
Well, Chris, thankfully, we still have a few stories left. Yeah, we've been taking our sweet-ass time this week.
Shit.
The fuck?
That was the bat. The bat's trying to attack me.
Why must these bats attack you, sir?
All right.
At least they're not super.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the 7th one ties into a bunch of different stuff that Netflix has been doing recently, which is buying up films and just throwing them out there. Everybody knows that the Cloverfield Paradox was surprisingly let out. It was our top news story last week at the Super Bowl. This man did a review of it without spoiling too much, since I still haven't watched it yet. Thoughts, not so good. That seems to be the general sentiment. People are like, oh, now we see why you sold it off as opposed to releasing it theatrically, because you knew you didn't have something very good on your hands. That was a theory a lot of people had, but I'm still going to watch it at some point, because I honestly want to binge all 3 of the films and see like where, if the intricacies or connectivity actually lies. But there was
good luck with that.
Well, there was somebody saying that and there was a news story trending on Bloody this week, that if you start the first Cloverfield and this new one at the same time, there is some overlapping scenes where the exact same thing happens. I don't know what that all entails, since I haven't watched them together, so I don't know.
That's bullshit.
But just to let everybody know, in all further Cloverfield films in their like weird universe of sorts that is so loosely intertwined, they're saying that this is the only one that was going to go to Netflix. A lot of people thought that this was a deal for all future Cloverfield films. It is not. Apparently, the World War II film Overlord which is still planned for a release on October 26th. That is still going theatrical, and their plan is for all later Cloverfield films, including the 5th one called Coma, which is a remake of...
Wait, they're talking about 5 now, too?
There's already talk of this
Jesus
5th film.
Christmas.
They're going for it, man.
I can't stand the World War II Cloverfield idea. I think that's so
I actually
fucking
really like
stupid.
it if it goes with what I was speculating last
Yeah,
week.
but how could it if it goes with Cloverfield 3, which you haven't seen?
I'm thinking that, well, having not seen it, once again, to display my theory, and I could be totally wrong, is I feel like very similar to a Lovecraftian vibe, and I think of a Stephen King book called Revival, where this guy was opening little dimensional portals through experiments to harness energy because of the fact that they needed to, like...
That's all the third one is about.
Yeah, and I predicted it, remember?
Well, no, I mean, it's not about specifically opening holes. They built a space station to try and build a sustainable source of unlimited energy. It just happens to open portals too.
Yeah, exactly. Because, well, at least in Revival, this guy is like powering batteries and all these different crazy devices through stuff he's pulling from other like closely knit dimensions that might happen to have crazy creatures in them that could come through when you're trying to sustain this energy.
That's what Revival's about?
That's what Revival is about. Yeah,
that sounds
dude,
cool.
Revival is fucking awesome.
Is there creatures in it?
At times, yeah. Later in the book. It's a slow burn, though. That's one that I am so anxious that they eventually adapt. It's in my top 10 King books ever, probably. It's amazing. But long story short, the 4th Cloverfield is apparently still going to be coming to theaters, and they're saying that all ones forward, that will still be the case. And then Netflix also, I didn't put this in the notes proper there, but Netflix also just purchased that... oh goodness, it's called Extinction, and it was that film that we reported on that had Michael Pena and it had Lizzie Kaplan in it, where it's like a sci-fi horror alien invasion kind of thing. So they're still really going for it. There's moderate speculation this might tie in with the Cloverfield universe, but it's probably not going to be the case. I thought Extinction sounded dope just based on the casting pairing, but obviously, if Netflix doesn't develop something in-house, it's not always as good in comparison with what they're doing now, which is jumping out and just purchasing films and then dumping them, so to speak. What do you think about their tactics? Are they losing some credibility, man?
Here's the thing. I can't with any certainty say which projects they actually developed from the very beginning and which ones they
Stranger
bought.
Things.
Well, okay, but that's just one, and that wasn't a movie. That was a whole TV series that they were catering from the beginning. Like, how many of these straight-to-Netflix movies have they been doing? There's been a lot of them are just mostly just ones they've bought. It's just a matter of the quality of verifying. Yeah, and that was garbage.
Yeah, which I never watched.
Like, most of the good ones have been acquired films. They've just, their tastes are starting to... they even said last year,
like a feeding frenzy.
The number of movies that were going to be presented, the number of Netflix original movies that were going to be presented from year over year was going to be so drastically increased. Of course, there's going to be some that just aren't that great. Yeah. So
you can't win them all.
It doesn't bother me that Netflix has now become big enough to put out bad studio movies, just like big studios do.
They did
the thing is, I don't have to pay a fucking premium ticket price to watch a bad Netflix movie.
Yeah.
So all I've lost is the time.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to waste the time. If I'm not liking it, I can stop that shit.
Word up, sucker. Yeah.
Word to your mother.
Word to your mother.
Why are you trying to make us sound old? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Hey, you said it first. Going to my Redbox every day looking for a killing. Yeah, Killing of a Sacred Deer is amazing, and it's one that I actually want to review for the channel, even if it's not super full-on horror.
Yeah, you should review it.
What else do they say? Co-host loves
Some people are saying Ritual is disappointing. I'm a little disappointed in that.
I'm a little disappointed if people are saying Ritual is disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you do a review for Hereditary?
We will eventually when it comes out. You son
of Hereditary. Shit. He has to jump on the train, too. All right. We actually have no interest in watching Hereditary at all, ever.
All right, Fuego, what's next?
We are down to our last 2 stories, guys, and this is another one that's going to be, once again, more on the sci-fi with a little sprinkling of horror. I'm curious, Cecil, if you are familiar at all with the 80s.
Never watched the original. I did watch the reboot in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Starring...
the one that had the girl from Deadpool.
From Deadpool and Firefly. I actually really loved that show. I watched both seasons that it was on, And I loved her performance. They were big mouth aliens that had these huge teeth that would like go eat people.
So I did not watch the revival of V. I only watched the 80s stuff, and then they also so it was a couple of 80s miniseries if I remember correctly, and then they also did like a full season of it. But at least back then it was like they were almost these like reptilian aliens that were disguised as humans, and then when they like tore the face away kind of thing, that was when you saw what they really were.
Well, that was still the same.
It was still the case. Okay.
They had very good masks. No. But it was really cool. It was well done, and that chick was hot. By the way, what's up, Dino? Good to see you.
Yeah,
I lost an hour of time earlier. Not sure how that happened. Hope you're all right, buddy.
Lou says, yes, The Babysitter is a blast. I actually love The Babysitter.
We did our Babysitter review. It's up on the channel. We love that movie. Yeah. We love that and Better Watch Out, which were two iterations of the same film.
And yet they still were distinctively different enough that
they were the
Armageddon
and Deep Impact of the Babysitter movies.
Or also Volcano and Dante's Peak.
Yep, there was one other one, wasn't there?
I think there was. I just can't.
There's millions of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch. Well, I mean, coming from the Conway world of film, of course there was a million of them, Dave.
Yes, because there was Krampus, and then there was Krampus, and then there was Krampus the Awakening, and there was Krampus.
I don't have to take this. Is that what you said? I don't have to take this.
No, I could be Harvey Weinstein and show my penis to you. Right?
Backstage hijinks, guys, pretty fun. But just to at least finish off this story proper, so it was announced this past week that Desilu Studios, I'm not familiar with who the hell they are. Have you guys seen anything that they've done? Well, they are attempting to bring V remade once again as a big screen actual like in theaters adaptation for the first time, and doing it as a trilogy. They're going to be basing it not off of the reboot but off of the original miniseries. Both of them, I guess there was V and then like V the Last Battle or Final Battle or something like that. I remember really liking those as a kid, and then when I was rewatching them when they were on one of the streaming services a few years ago, I was not super impressed. But I still really love the sci-fi and the horror melding, especially with alien invading, taking stuff over. I still had a trilogy that I was working on at one point back when I was in like 6th grade about an alien invasion trilogy. Where
is that less offensive, guys? Is that better for you? The black writing? You tell me. I changed the comments instead of a big white box in the middle of our screen to a black one, so it kind of matches the stories. I don't know why I wasn't doing that earlier.
That's nice.
It's a little bit more elegant, don't you think?
Does it look better? Way to go. Currently reading Revival, down to the last 100 pages. Oh, brace yourself for those last 100 pages, yo. That is such a damn good book. Yeah, Rushmore 309. There you go. I couldn't see when we had it in the small little comments.
Did you see Channel Sundown's theme that we're doing for her crossover episode?
Oh yeah, she talked to me about it already.
I want to show you my list of couples. I came up with a good list of couples I'm excited about.
Yeah, that's one cool thing about this this different creepy crawl thing that we're doing, is that whether it's the one that we're doing here ourselves with some guest stars or when we're guesting on Channel Sundown. Did Gato let you know if he has an idea or a theme or anything? Or?
He did. He did. Let me see.
Well, at least in the meantime, we have a very fun one about it's called like Monster Matchmaker, so it's going to be like horror couplings. So don't start giving your suggestions or anything, but that's the theme.
I came up with some fun ones.
Yeah, so did I. That's our theme for the Channel.
Yeah, Gato's is how horror movies have evolved over the years, as well as the current state of horror movies and the people that review them. It's a very broad idea, his. And then ours is just a straight Q&A with the more sort of seasoned horror YouTubers on the channel, including... Channel Sundown will be here. Luke from Confused Reviews will be here. And then most of the questions, I imagine, will be being fielded by Dino from the Laird Horror Show, myself, Fuego, anyone from our channel. Yeah. Also, the Horror Addicts will be available. The Death Twitch will be available. We have a number of cool people that are going to be jumping on for that stream. And I'm excited to have them all, quite frankly.
To appear.
Yes, it is awesome. So I'm stoked about that crossover, and I'm stoked about hopefully getting a decent badass version of V. I'm worried though that depending on,
Brady, they haven't announced the It 2 cast yet. Why do you keep? It's so funny. You keep talking about things that haven't come out.
I actually had somebody just message me on Instagram, one of the loyal Hail to Stephen Kingers, and he's like, "Dude, did you see this new poster with the cast on it for It 2?" And I'm like, bro, there's so many fake fan-made posters of... I don't want to use a term like gullibility, but guys, anytime you see something that really looks sharp and official, there are so many talented fan-made posters and bits of fictionist stuff out there. Fictional characters. Go to a big news site like Coming Soon Net, a Collider, or even somebody more reputable like in one of the trades like Variety or Deadline, one of those. And if you don't see a casting announcement for it on there, it ain't happened yet.
No.
It's fake, dude.
Yeah. So, guys, Ledesma Pictures has showed up. What's up, Cody? Congratulations to Cody and his team.
Damn right. We were talking about you earlier,
Yep,
sir.
we mentioned it earlier. The Voorhees fan film did indeed get funded via Kickstarter by a good amount more than what they were requesting.
Yeah.
And we have a quick appearance by Brittany Lee. But what's up? Everyone to Brittany. But anyway, so what were we just talking about?
Oh, we're down to our last story.
Yeah.
That's why all these clowns are talking King. So King is trying to have another ambitious year once again, guys. Yeah, after already announcing The Outsider, which is coming out on May 22nd, which I am very, very stoked about. Just the concept about this sports ball player being framed for murder, and he wasn't even on the scene, and sports ball. It's I can't remember if it's baseball or whatever. He's a little league coach of some sort, so I think it is baseball because you know how much King loves baseball. But nonetheless, there is a killer of the supernatural variety who is somehow able to frame people with their DNA on all these different places across the country and who knows the world. So that's what The Insider is about, May 22nd. But he has announced that he has another book coming out in October. So it's no rest for the wicked, man. I tell you guys, King is trying to remain as prolific as possible at 70 years old. He'll be 71 by the time this comes out on October 30th. But it's called Elevation. It is a 144-page novella. And concept sounds a little weird to me. It's about this guy who is losing weight, and yet while he's losing it on the scale rapidly, he's not losing it in appearance. He still fits into the same size in his clothing. It doesn't appear to be different, but he is in fact on a scale and in all tests and stuff that he's thinking about having done and starts to have done, like losing weight. But then it takes place in Castle Rock, and there's weird subplots about his neighbors trying to start a restaurant, and they're a lesbian couple with all kinds of gay hatred coming at them, which is obviously it's obviously going to have a lot of social commentary, I'm guessing. I'm not necessarily thinking it's going to be of the super scarific variety. I think it's going to be one of those more dramatic King takes, and the one and the one earlier in the year, The Outsider, is going to be the one that brings the super scares. But it's funny that after saying no more Castle Rock stories for the second year in a row, King is going to go back to Castle Rock. He just cannot stay away.
Well, it only makes sense marketing wise.
Yeah,
considering
that's a good point.
Series.
Yeah, with the new series. But last year, Gwendy's Button Box didn't really impress me very much. So, but then again, that was co-written
Thinner.
Sorry, that actually wasn't. That wasn't Castle Rock, bro.
No, I know, but the Late Late Horror Show put it up, so I was just doing it. Although, if Fuego got any thinner, he would basically be skin and bones now. So,
whatever.
Wait, wasn't that a Stephen King?
It was a Richard Bachman, but Stephen King obviously being Mr. Bachman. So guys, you have a new.
The answer is yes, Dave. It was Stephen King. It was just under the name Richard Bachman.
It was the last. It was the last one written as Bachman. So, are you guys excited about another King book? We're going to be double dipping again here in 2018 after he put out so much last year. So I'm mocking me over here. I'm super excited about this. Another thing I have to just give a shout out that I'm excited about is I am rereading Night Shift currently for Hail to Stephen King. If you guys have any interest in reading the stories along with me, I'm going to be doing a little bit of just very short bursts of social media coverage. As I read each story, I'm just going to talk for maybe a minute or so about each one before on March 3rd we do the full just review for Hale about the book. So if you want to do some tagging along, read News with Booze. If you guys want to read Jerusalem's Lot, if you want to read Children of the Corn, if you want to read Trucks, which is what Maximum Overdrive was based on, if you want to read The Raft, which was so amazingly adapted in the second Creep Show, if you want to read Night Surf, which is a prequel to The Stand, there is so much awesome shit in Night Shift. If you guys have ever thought about doing a Stephen King collection, it was the first one. It came out when he was only 3 novels in. He had just published The Shining, Salem's Lot, and Carrie, respectively.
The Shining was his first book?
Shining. No, I went in reverse order.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
So if you guys have any interest, tag along. Let's have fun. Let's reread or read for the first time Night Shift. You guys will not regret it. So that brings to an end our stories for the day.
Thank you guys very much for joining us for the News with Booze. We appreciate it. We went a little long today, but we had some stuff to talk about. Wait, were you guys going to talk about it in the Voorhees in the last stream? No, we actually talked about it earlier in this stream, Cody. So yeah, in case you guys missed it, like we said, Voorhees did indeed reach its goal. It
surpassed it.
Yeah, it surpassed it by a good amount. The goal was about $8,000 on Kickstarter as a final thing to finish the movie. They ended up raising about $13,700 something dollars. So congratulations to Cody and his team. I look forward to an awesome Voorhees fan film now.
Oh, that Jason looks badass, dude. I've been keeping up on your photos, as I'm sure you've seen. I'm hitting that likey on the Instagrizzle, dude. You guys need to subscribe to. Is it Wet Paint Pictures on Instagram as well?
No, just search Voorhees on Facebook, and you'll be able to find it. Or go to our interview with Cody, and the link is in the description box.
Yeah, it's just lots of cool set photos and stuff. If you follow Wet Paint Pictures on
Can't wait to
Instagram,
read Night Shift with you. Is that what you were talking about? You're going to do a read along?
I'm doing a read along, you guys. Let's keep up on it. Did
you talk about that in the news just now?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah,
because I was distracted by other stuff, but I wanted to make sure because it is a cool idea. So
yeah. And I'm not talking about making videos or anything. I mean, maybe just a little social media blast. Hey, here's what I thought about it in a minute, and then just comment and talk below or something like that. I don't know if you think I should do it for the horror show or if you think I should just do it on my own social media. What do you think?
It's a horror show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Hail to See Me King coverage. This is horror show stuff.
It is, yeah.
You son of a so-and-so. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias a Jaime Fuego.
And remember, stay scared. Look forward to more Marsha and Susie coming soon.
Yes. How about having our girls back? Woo!
Yeah. Go back and watch today's stream if you missed it.
Yes, if you didn't get a notification for it.
Bye.
Laters. We love